Hmm.
Yo,
I cannot hear anything. Hold on.
only thing to be careful of is
There we go.
I'm still in my game, but I saw it was 9 o'clock, so I was like, I got you.
Don't tell
Yeah,
me for my sleep.
man. Y'all notice the different backdrop?
This man, you in your bed now?
Yeah, I had to make ways over here. I had to surprise everybody though.
This man said, "Fuck it." But
What you gonna call it? Nikki said she'd be joining. I don't know where
Wait, Keith, you're boss.
Yo, this man's lagging.
Oh, you're in Boston, bro.
Yeah, I'm in Boston, bro.
Tell me you're in Boston.
hold up, fam, you in Boston?
Yeah, bro. You didn't realize it?
You gotta remember though. I thought you brought the jersey with you. That's
heck no, I ain't bringing that. It's gonna stay here.
You in Boston this whole time, bro. You ain't hit me up like, yo,
bro. I told you I was. I just said it was a surprise.
Hey, yo, cuz I'm in Boston real quick. You know what I mean?
Bro, I was surprised.
That's what I'm saying.
You see what I'm talking about? This man.
Bro, I was surprising everybody, bro. Nah, it's cool. It's
this thing keeps in Boston.
Yeah, bro. You see how he hold on people, right? This man bought a whole train, plane, bus, whatever ticket, and it was like, oh, I'm gonna surprise y'all in my stream.
I did.
I'm in my stream. Nah, ain't no surprise, bro. I'm pissed. Gonna hold out on information.
Yeah, bro. I wanted. You feel me?
You even utter a sentence. I don't know what you're talking about. Talking about some damn. I thought you feel me? Like, hey, yo.
Hey.
Welcome back, brother.
Yeah, I'm leaving Tuesday morning, so.
This man came back for a weekend?
Yeah.
You're leaving Tuesday.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Oh, where is Nikki at, man? Where you at, Nikki? We need you to join up.
Just getting attention shit.
And Dane, I sent Germ a video invite. I don't know where Germ's at.
Come on, this Germ.
Bro, you like, where are you?
Yo, is my AC low?
Then I'm.
Nah.
You lagging?
Kind of, sorta.
You said I'm lagging.
Yeah, bro. You go at you know what I mean?
The passcode. She needs a pass. What passcode?
She needs a passcode.
That's what I'm saying.
Rip.
I'm a join back.
Unless you join via
to my other.
You said you're gonna do what? How does this even fall?
Join back when I get to my uncle.
All right. Join it back when you can, little man.
You have to bring it?
Bro, I don't know what you're saying to me.
All right, fuck it.
I hope she got. This is a lot of information. I just sent a whole paragraph to her. I don't know what password she needs. Same thing happened when I invited Christy on. She needed a password.
That means they're joining through the internet and not the actual app.
Oh. I just sent her the whole thing. But yeah, man. Oh, there she is. Come on.
How y'all do that?
Hello, Nikki. Are you here? There she is. Oh my goodness. What's up, little sis? Got my little sister and my little cousin here.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a good night.
You in Boston now? 5
Yeah.
minutes away from my crib. You better stop that little cousin stuff. I'll hop in the car right now. We can do a joint session up in here. What you talking about?
This man. Bro, you always know you little cuss, bro. It's cool. It's
Say it
cool.
again. Say it again. I'll drive right over there. Say it again.
Bro, you don't need to leave the crib, bro.
Say it again.
Wait a minute, you're in Boston?
Yeah.
Why you don't never tell
You
nobody?
see what I'm talking about, Nikki?
anything?
You know what I'm talking-
I said I
What?
did this on purpose.
Oh my goodness.
The only people who knew.
It's your mother
Yeah.
and the
And
mosquitoes outside of your house.
Damn.
Yeah. No, she knew, and I told her I was gonna surprise everybody on the stream.
On the streets, bro. We wait. I ain't on the streets though.
Stream.
A family.
I said the stream.
Oh, the stream.
Can't
Okay.
tell, fam. Oh, he on bumpers.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my goodness. Bro. All right, my bad.
All right. Well, we know. When did you get here?
Tuesday. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I got here Friday morning.
All right, that's
Yesterday. Yeah.
That means that was yesterday.
Yeah, I forgot what today was.
24 hours fast.
Right.
No, not really.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, never mind.
All right. And you're here till
Tuesday morning.
why? You don't have school?
No.
Oh, wait, you gotta go to work. Disregard. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I just needed to smell this Boston air. I was getting tired of crops and bugs and stuff. So yeah.
He was trying to be out in the hood.
Yes.
But
Where's everybody else at?
that's a good question. Nobody likes
Your
joining
friends
me.
they don't never be on time.
Oh, how Dane joined, but he was like his connection was chips. So he said when he gets to his house, that's when he's gonna come
They
back.
always be out.
I don't know. I send it. They either look at it and don't respond, or just don't look at it. That's up to them. I ain't gonna force nobody. But yeah, I'm glad you guys. Who's this? I'm glad you guys came. Family first. Black
Yeah.
Power.
I got people who were just in my game asking for the link for the podcast. So I got it. That's hilarious.
All right. So, whoa, hold on. What was this? Good evening, C Mead. I don't know who that is, but that's somebody in the.
Me sound like family.
Yeah, but
That's family for sure.
I actually don't go to school, but I went to school at Chesapeake College in Maryland. I'm just responding to her thing. But yeah.
She went to my college, man.
But
would have been set up nice.
yeah, probably would have passed your records and stuff, but let's leave that alone. But yeah. So today's topic, I'm gonna give out the inside scoop though. Today's topic, I got help from Lil Cuz.
God.
The topic of today is second chances and forgiveness. You can thank DJ, the real kid, for that, you know. But
DJ wish the shenanigans.
I don't know what he's looking for. What is he looking for?
I don't know.
Bro, sit down. All right. So, second chances and forgiveness.
Oh, here he go. All right.
Let's see how I'm gonna start this off.
What you want to go refill your cup?
I just put my keys in my pocket.
What?
He was making sure bro, stay home, bro. You're good. But yeah. So second chances and forgiveness. This can apply to relationships, and this can apply to friendships and people you don't know as well. So what should we start with first?
You're the host.
Bro, spam.
I know I'm the host, but what is the burning one that's hitting you right now? Like besides relationships, we're gonna leave at the end because that's the spiciest. But between
Friendship?
friendships and people you don't know, you can have a second chance or forgiveness with people you don't know.
All right. Let's go with forgiveness. Let's go with forgiveness because of the fact that like it's basically an everyday thing. Like you can forgive somebody and still not give them a
Besides
second chance.
relationships, we're gonna leave at the end because that's the spiciest. But between
Friendship?
friendships and people you don't know, who is playing that? Y'all can hear that too. You can have a second chance. That's you. You don't know.
That's not me.
What is happening?
Oh wait,
Let's go with
that might be me.
Let's go with forgiveness.
I'm all like, am I tweaking?
No,
I got scared for a second.
that
But
was
yeah, you said forgiveness, right?
We can go to forgiveness because second chances is more about continuation, while forgiveness can be a discontinuation of things.
Right.
So we can go to forgiveness.
All right. So forgiveness amongst friends / people you might not know. I want to say I don't have a hard time forgiving people. I kind of do. I mean, it's not that I forgive them. It's just I just leave them alone. You know what I mean? As in, like I would just like distance myself from the situation. Whereas even though they know what they did and I know what they did, and then we talked about it, yet whatever. It's not that I guess you could say it's forgiving because I don't like start up a whole new argument or something like that. I just leave it alone. But I don't know if it's like necessarily considered forgiving. If you know what I mean. Why are you making that face?
I get what you're saying, but that is just more about just taking yourself out of the situation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm
Right.
confused. If I don't know if I'm I can consider that as forgiving, or it's just like I'm just leaving it alone. Because
ain't that the major confusion when it comes to forgiveness though?
Yeah.
Like you never truly like you can say you forgive somebody, you can even think you forgave somebody until it gets to the point where, and this is why they always say forgive and forget and things like that. If you're unable to forget what they did, I truly feel you did not really forgive them. You know what I'm saying? Because if the situation pops up again, you're more prone to think they're going to do the same thing again.
Right.
So then is it really forgiving? Like, what is forgiveness? You know what I'm saying? Is it just about, you see them do something and then you guys talk it out and you're just like, okay, we can move forward with this? Or is it like, okay, we can move forward with this, but I still can't trust you in that situation? Like, what is it?
Yeah, that's what I was also thinking. Like for forgiveness, you can forgive somebody, but you can still assume that they might not change their ways. You just forgive them for that one time, but you might still assume that it's going to happen again. So you just change how you adapt to that person. And what I'm like, like for instance, say somebody takes one of my Legos as a kid, right? Somebody takes one of my Legos as a kid, and you forgive them for it when they give it back. But you might think in your head that they're gonna do it again, so you just put your Legos in a different place. You know what I mean?
Ain't no kid talk about no.
But you know what I mean. Lego. It's a subtle thing though. It's subtle.
Look. Let me tell you.
You don't think much about it until.
Forgiveness is I let you borrow something, you never give it back, and I gotta fight tooth and nail for you to give it back. And then now I'm less prone to let you borrow something. If anything.
That's not forgiveness.
No. I'm saying like in regards to the Lego situation where it's like you take your Legos. No kid is thinking about forgiveness or whatever. No, but kids will forget something if you just say you want to go to my house and play some video games, and then right there they friends again.
But I'm saying that's an example of like forgiving somebody, just adapting to this, like adapting to their personality. Like you would just then, okay, I'm gonna put my Legos over here so they don't go in that same place. But you might forgive them and say they might not do it again, but you're still gonna think they're gonna do it again.
Would you let them play with your Legos?
Would you? Yeah, I'll let them play with them when I bring them out. Because you know how somebody can go and they know where they are, so they go and take them.
Nikki, you're muted.
What are you gonna say?
If you're talking, I see her mouth. I see her mouthing.
You know what?
right?
Whatever. Go ahead.
I'm just like,
There's so much
like,
explaining
is
I
she
have to
saying
do.
something?
I'm not saying nothing. I'm chewing. I'm just listening to this.
You're chewing.
But okay, I'm trying to. That was like the easiest.
Kids analogies are horrible.
How is that? That was
horrible.
That was perfect.
Your examples are. You remember what happened 2 weeks ago?
Okay.
That went all the way to the left.
That one was different,
5 seconds.
but this one definitely makes sense.
No, it don't.
All right,
How?
Nah.
Keith,
I mean, it makes sense, but it's a terrible example.
Oh my God. I try to make it as dumbed down as possible.
Bro, dumb down.
You don't know who's watching.
I don't even know what that was.
Keith, all right, Keith, give a real life example. You don't even have to say names or anything, but give a real life example that you have to forgive somebody.
All right, so say if your partner cheats on you.
All right.
You said you was gonna wait for the relationship stuff after. So like,
okay, friends. Okay, let's say your friend, stealing something. Basically, they stole something from you. That's the same thing.
I got you. I got you a real life example. I got you. I'm not gonna put no names out there. I got you. So a ex friend of mine, right? This is after I graduated. An ex friend of mine went to the college after graduating and started speaking ill on my name, right? Certain friends relayed that information back to me, while others kept quiet, and then I had to confront them as to why they kept quiet, right? I told them I expected them to defend me while I'm not there, right? Like as friendships do. They were explaining why they didn't say anything, and I'm just like, your friendship is truly shown if I'm not I'm not there.
Right.
If you're able to defend me while I'm not there, right, that shows you're a true friend to me. It took me a long time for our friendship to get back to the point because I could not forgive them for letting somebody speak ill of me and not, rebuttal that person. Right. We talked it out, and this is why it's forgiveness. I forgave them for it because now I trust them to do something. Right. But if I didn't forgive them for it, I'm still expecting them to let somebody speak ill of me while I'm not there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So me forgiving them means we're both able to move forward. And I feel and know that if the situation presents itself again, it's not going to be the same result. Right. But if I didn't forgive them, I'm still able to be like, all right, it's fine. Right. But then I know moving forward again that if they did be in that situation again, they would talk about it. They would result in the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that could work. Now that could work as it's like the person did it as a mistake. But like if you could you could forgive them and then you can move forward because you'll know they won't do it. But there's some people. Though? A mistake is an action that in my opinion, is an action that has an unintentional cause. Effect.
Okay.
That's valid. So you said your friend talked ill about you. Now, like, say if there's two friends that talked ill about you, one, you might know they won't do it again, but the other, you can forgive them, but you still know that they'll do it. I don't know if you can consider that
forgiveness. Yeah, is that forgiveness?
I mean, yes, but it's just knowing that person. Knowing that person, because you can know the person will never change, but you can forgive them for the one time it happens.
But if they never change and they're more prone to repeat the action, then how can I forgive them?
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's confusing. Because you can forgive them for that one time and you can say, don't do it again, even though you know they'll do it again. You're forgiving them for that one time.
And that's just ignorance.
I mean, yeah.
That's just plain old ignorance. What?
I'm not saying you're going to go blindly to the situation happening again. I'm saying you might prepare yourself differently.
Then you never truly forgive them.
But if you know that they're going to do it again, why even bother?
Yeah, that doesn't sound like forgiveness if you know they're gonna do it again.
If you know they're gonna do it again, you're not gonna forgive them. You're gonna be like, yo, I'm good on you. I would hope.
No, I'm just saying it all depends. I'm not saying like you'll do that for everybody. I don't know.
Nah.
It's hard to explain, but it's easy to understand.
No, it ain't.
What? No, it ain't. To what part?
Both.
Oh my gosh.
It's hard to explain. It is hard to understand what you're trying to say.
I mean, you would understand if I could explain it.
All right, so I'm a little bit different. Like the way I move is if I'm a forgiver, but I won't forget. Like I'll be the one to be like, I'll talk shit to you. I'll randomly like spit some slick comments out. I'll forgive it, depending on who you are, and not even depending on who you are, because there's family I don't even fuck with like that. So, but depending on what it was and how you did it, I might forgive you and I could be cordial with you, but I'm definitely, if I'm still talking to you, I'm definitely talking trash all the time. Like I'll always bring it up. You remember the time when, or I'll just always have some kind of sarcastic, slick something to say in regards to what you did. And then if, and then if you're just somebody who's just irrelevant and you're just taking up space and oxygen for the time being, then yeah, I'm not even gonna forgive you. I'll just fall back. Like, all right, I see how you move. I'm good on you.
That's what I mean. The first part where you said you'll never forget. That's what I mean. You can forgive them for that time, but you'll still remember that they did it to you. And so you'll see them differently than you saw before.
And you go based off what Auntie said, where it's like you can say you forgave somebody, but in the back of your mind, you're still struggling with forgiveness.
Because certain things, what people do to you can create a trauma.
That's what I'm saying.
And
that's exactly what I'm saying. I literally said
you didn't even come close.
I did. You
didn't even come close.
You forgive somebody for that situation that happened, but you will never forget it. So then you will adapt to that person.
But you might not adapt. Like the second half of what I said, you might just be like, "Yeah, I'm good on you."
That's what I'm saying. But that's I'm talking about the part where you forgive. Yeah, forgive and you don't forget. That's what I'm not. This part's where you could just not even. You could just forget.
So you're saying you agree with, all right, I forgive you, but I know how to move around.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. The Lego part. You stole my Legos, and I forgive you for it, but I will put them in a different place.
Nah.
Next time. That's the same thing.
You not even ever coming nowhere near my Legos. I ain't even putting them in another place. You ain't even gonna know if the Legos is inside of the same building we're at. You know what? Don't even come to my house. I'll meet you at your house.
See that? But okay, hold on. Let me see. There's comments. Christiana Mead said, "You can forgive, but that don't mean you forget." Yep. My mom said, "Sometimes you can say you forgive someone, but in the back of your mind, that's what you read. Yep. You just read that.
Yeah.
And then
that's the trauma.
And then Christiana, I said Mead. Oh, my bad. Said the person who is eating should turn off their camera.
Who is this person? You're irrelevant.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Who is this Christiana?
I don't know.
Y'all know who she is.
I do not.
Y'all laughing?
Man. I'm laughing because
I seen the message so long ago. It was like 5-10 minutes ago.
Oh my. Okay.
God.
That was a good one. But
okay.
Yeah, and I'm definitely gonna keep eating. So Christiana, if you don't want to see it, block my screen or something. I don't know what's going on. You ain't gonna tell me not to eat.
Nah, woo. But for real, I truly think if you can't forget what a person did, right? I a part of me feels like forgiveness and forgetting are one and the same. Like in regards to like if you have to adjust what you do around them or anything like that, you never actually forgave them, at least not fully. Right. So if I can if I can bring up a situation and then always remember what you did to me or anything like that, I truly forgive you. I just decided that it won't affect me too much, but I never truly forgave you for the action that you took.
Yeah. That's why I was confused about saying I don't consider it like forgiving because I'm still adapting to who you are. That's what I was saying in the beginning. I'm not truly forgiving. I'm just moving on from the situation.
Like that's where it's a not a sticky situation. It varies. It varies between people because everybody has their own what's the word threshold or
Or interpretation.
tolerance or anything like that in regards to forgive and forget.
Right.
Right. Me and my boy, had like this incident that happened to us in high school, and we forgive and forget. Right. I can remember it, of course, but we're not adjusting what we do around each other. We basically at this point we laugh about it and everything. You know what I'm saying? But that moment at the time, though, we had to adjust what we did around each other. Like at the time. Now, when we look back at it, it's like, bro, we were stupid. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we were stupid back then. Like, we really let that come between us. And
Right.
I feel like that is forgiving and not really much forgetting, just remember it. Instead of not forget, it's I remember. Right? Like,
Yeah, it
that
also
kind of
takes
thing.
time. Like what you, yeah, it also takes time. It depends on the person, depends on the situation.
His life
Yeah.
experience is different. However, if somebody else was in the same situation, they could probably never talk to they homeboy ever again. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot in a lot of things that happens to me is like closure, right? You know, everybody knows closure and
Oh,
all.
I love
You
closure.
guys, you damn fool. We can all be discussing this and that. A lot of people avoid discussion about things that, of course, you know, built that trauma, like Nikki said, or an incident that happened because they already have in their mind, nope, it's done. Forget them. I'm done. Like this is just done. And then they don't have that closure. When they don't have that closure, they're just letting it sink and just stay inside them. Right? It's like unresolved issues within yourself. Right. Just to some incidents, not most. Like if it's like somebody I knew of like 2 weeks did something to me, it's like you were relevant. Right. But if it's like somebody I known for years and we were close for years and something happens and now we don't speak to each other, right? There's gonna be a need of closure. We may not want it, we may not want to discuss it, but there is gonna be a need of closure in which and we all know this when you're not talking to somebody, you guys have unresolved issues. When you're around that person, a part of you is like, I don't want to be near this person. You know what I mean? Like that's just it. So I always feel like a lot of people avoid. That's the biggest thing is a lot of people avoid closure because it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know.
I forgot. I was gonna say something in regards to that. Yeah, closure. You would dang, what was I gonna say? I had it, and then you just had more, and I was just like, yeah. But then I forgot. But like closure, it's like the best medicine for people once they get it. But it's like it tastes nasty, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's actually a good metaphor, Keith. That's good analogy.
Oh
Damn.
my gosh.
Damn. You finally got one. Let's go.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, no, I would definitely want to figure out the situation because then assumptions can build up and you might think more differently of that person than how the situation acted. Like somebody could have did something and then the more you don't talk to them, the more you think about it and then think of why and you make reasons in your head instead of actually figuring out who said it, like what they said it for. And so yeah, that can eat you up a lot too. Christian the House said, I am not okay. So Valerie, who is this? Valerie? I agree with the young lady who said I will forgive but won't forget. I am a forgiving person too, and I do believe in second chances. That was Venerine Bradshaw. So she agrees with you, Nikki. Yay.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, it does. Wasn't that the one we
Wait
was
a
talking
minute.
about?
I remember.
Yeah.
How you doing, Venerine? How you doing? I had to Google you. Good job, by the way. But yeah, no. See, that is there. Second chances to me is different, right? Again, I feel like forgiveness and forgetting again go hand in hand. Second chances, though. Second chance is a lot of.
Yeah, you gotta
I'm
give a
less
lot.
prone to give second chance. I'm more prone to forgive you. I'm less prone to give second chance. Because if there's anything life teaches you is harmful Anything harmful, don't do it again. Right? As I said, if you get burned by a stove, guess what you're not doing the rest of your life. Right? You putting on mittens, all that stuff. You're not getting burned again. Right? You gotta be a special case to get a second chance with me, bro.
Facts.
I'm sorry, bro. Like nigga said with trauma, I am not somebody who likes to repeat trauma. A lot of people out there, I kid you not, this is where it gets kind of crazy though. For a lot of people, this is why you see a lot of people stay unhappy. A lot of people repeat the trauma because they want a different result from that same trauma. Right? They want to adjust themselves to that same situation and figure, okay, I didn't do this last time, let me do it this time. And then it repeats again. And then, okay, I didn't do it the last 2 times, let me do it this time. And then it repeats again. These are the same people you see in an endless cycle of self-sabotage because of the fact that they want a different result for the same situation, which is actual insanity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's when they start changing as a person.
No, they don't change as a person. They stay the same. That's the issue.
No, I'm saying
exactly
when you are doing it, like I'm saying like the one that's trying to resolve the situation by going at it over and over, they're gonna start changing as a person.
No, they stay the same.
How?
Because they're repeating the same thing over and over again.
No, I'm saying
he's just saying because they keep trialing and erroring. So they be like, all right, I'm gonna change this time around. Yeah. And meanwhile, you're just hurting yourself at the end of the day. Like the person or the situation that you keep trying to change don't even be changing. You just keep hurting yourself. So it's like, what's the point?
That's what I mean. Yourself is changing as a person, not the person you're trying to change.
There's no growth in it at all.
No, it's just it's like jumping into a ceiling.
Like I'm definitely with DJ. Like second chances are, like I do believe in. I believe in a second chance to an extent because, there's so many different situations that you get into with people. But then again, like I said, like I think that I know for a fact that I'm at a point of my life where I be like my peace come before anything. So walk it, and it's probably a bad thing, or it might be a good thing. I don't know. I'll find out later on in life, but it might be a good or bad thing that I like. You sideswipe me once, I'll be like, all right, I'm good on you, and I can cut people off easy. Like I will easily cut somebody off. People will be like, Nick, I haven't even heard from you, and I just feel like when you get to a certain age, right from wrong. And sometimes you don't even need to go into an explanation with somebody as to what happened. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a different breed, but I feel like a lot of people are kind of on that same page too sometimes, where it's like, it depends on who you are, where I'll do a back and forth with you to an extent, but eventually I'm gonna be like, all right, we just not seeing eye to eye. All right, I'm gonna just move on. So
okay, hold on, let me answer this.
Somebody got a question?
I was just about to read the.
You get me, and I'll get Venerine.
Okay. So, C. Mead said, "Well, if someone is genuine and asks for forgiveness, they deserve a second chance." Yes and no. Some people would take your kindness for weakness, and definitely would take advantage of you for being a good person. So they might show a different mask when you let them in the door, but then they'll, do some different stuff once they're already inside. So, yeah, it just all depends on the person and like the two people,
Venerine says it all depends on how harsh the burn is. If you make a mistake, DJ, wouldn't you want someone to forgive you? See, that's the thing. Yes and no.
It all depends.
This is why I say this. Let me speak in regards to the burn, right? If you touch a hot stove, right, like it's hot, right? It still hurts for a second, right? Not even a second, probably like a millisecond, right? If you touch the stove for more than a second, you're gonna have more of a harder degree of burn, right? If I touch the stove, and for that 1 millisecond, I learned not to touch the stove. Somebody else could be like, oh, that's hot. Maybe it's not hot this time. That's hot again. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the degree of burn is based off how long you decide to stay in that fire. So that's number one. Number two, I would want somebody to forgive me right? But that's me. Right? I'm the person who did the deed, and I want somebody to forgive me. That's human, right? But it's I hurt them though, right? I could have done something and felt in my mind that I didn't do anything wrong, or I didn't do anything to the scale of how they took it, right? That's just it. But for real, it's just more about the fact that I'm always gonna look for forgiveness or anything like that because of the fact that I did the deed, right? I would want them to forgive me. But it's not in my place to get that forgiveness, right? It's on them, right? I did the deed. The best thing I could do is say sorry and be genuine. However, what is genuine? Is it I'm sorry, I'll never do it again in that moment? Because I can say what I want in that moment and still 2 years later do the same thing, right? At the moment, I didn't think I would do the same thing, but 2 years later, I did the same thing. So was I truly genuine, right? Or did time happen and then I kind of really never gave that one incident any mind, and I ended up repeating it myself because that's who I am. I can be genuinely sorry for who I am, but as I get older, I'm more prone to be who I am.
That's what I also was saying. That's what, see, this is, I told y'all, I know what I said. It's just hard to explain, but easy to understand. I said this. I said, you might not change as a person, so I might not continue to do the same thing I did with you before. I can forgive you for that situation, but I will adapt to how you will treat me. I'll allow you to treat me after. That's exactly that. Yeah. See, you just said that you might not be able to change as a person. So it's probably expected of you to do the same thing again, even though I forgive you for doing it once. I just know how to move around you.
What I was saying is that as I'm older, right, people who are older are less prone to change, right?
Yeah.
But that's mostly because I think there's a science behind it in regards to brain development and blah, blah, blah. But in regards to who you are, by the time you pass like 25, you are who you are. The only thing that mostly changes you is trauma at that point.
Right.
That's all it is. So who you are at 25 is probably who you're going to be at 30, 35, and 40. You're just going to be less energetic with it, right? But that's going to be who you are. In regards to the adapting and as time goes on, again, if I'm 13 and I do it, I'm more prone to change when I'm 18. But if I'm 25 when I do it, I'm probably the same person when I'm 30.
No, I'm saying if you do it to me, I would adapt to it, the situation, as in, okay, it's possible for him to do it again, even though I forgave him for doing it.
So am I genuinely sorry when I come to you and ask for forgiveness for that if I'm less prone to change?
That's a good question, because it's all about effort too. Back when, which one was it? What episode was that?
Very first.
The very first?
No, the second one.
No, it was the second one. No, it was. But yeah, we was talking about
perspective. That was one.
Yeah, but like I can see that you are struggling to change, or I can see that you're not even trying to change. Now, that's what I'm saying. I will adapt to the situation to where it's like, remember when you said you and your friends didn't talk to each other for the same reason, like for a minute until you got together and actually like explained it, and you was like, man, that was stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can adapt to that person's personality until like you realize that they've changed changed or just gave up on doing that, or just showed effort into like,
oh, he ain't changed.
No, well, damn.
They ain't changed. That wasn't it. It's that experience taught us that the kiddie shit we did back then was dumb. We didn't change, but when you look back at the situation, you realize, damn, we were stupid, right? But we are still prone to do everything else that we do the same. It's just time does teach you what's dumb and what's not. Right?
I guess it would be safe to say that you guys, because you're at an older age, you know how to respect each other. It's a respect thing.
Yeah.
And if the person can't respect and feelings too. If they can't respect how to treat you and you can't respect how to treat them going forward, then how could you forgive somebody like that? It's not gonna work.
That's legit.
It's respect. It
Everything
all boils
respect.
down to respecting your friends and whoever it is.
Nah, everything is respect, low key.
Everything is respect, right? So it's definitely a respect thing.
Yeah, but see, so I am not wrong then.
No one says that you're wrong.
Key,
I
we
just-
just
I
say your
We just
analogies
think that
are
you
weird,
have
bro.
lousy.
But the analogy at the end of the day
Your
made sense though.
analogies conjunct some interesting conversations.
See, that's what I'm saying. But the
boy started
Legos,
off with
the Lego
Legos.
didn't it make sense though as we got into
See?
it?
The Lego made sense if we were 5, but you are
No, but I'm saying I
you
tried to
were
dumb it
21.
down to the smallest thing.
Dumbing it.
Nah,
If
but
you were to
we
dumb it down
don't
to the
care.
stereotypical thing, you would probably do teenage years, right? High school years,
Right, teenage until now, until now.
Because I think everybody has most of the time when you're teenagers. That's where you have most of the drama in your life, right? That's where most
Absolutely.
of it and you're able to look back at that drama and talk about it and see what went wrong. Right. As a kid, 5 years old, I bit a kid for playing with my Play-Doh, right? Do I forgive him? I don't know, right? But I was 5, right? I didn't care. We was cool. Like a day or so later, well, he still got my bite mark on his arm. Just saying, but that's like 5 years old is just a bad time to do that. Like
I said young. I didn't say 5. So that's any man. People are still like 24 playing with Legos, bro.
No. They not playing with Legos. They building sculptures.
Sculpture.
They building sculptures, man. That's it. They ain't playing with Legos. They out here building Eiffel Towers. And
Okay, I should have said money.
Martin Luther
At
King's face.
at the end of the day, we understood you. We knew where you was we knew where you were going.
Yeah, there you go.
So you're
Yes.
good.
There
You were
go.
not wrong. I don't think any of us thought you were wrong. I don't know about the people on the chat. But anyways,
Sounded like auntie.
Oh my gosh.
but I don't think anyone thought you were wrong, but we just gonna work on your analogies.
My analogies are good. It's just I don't know every time I come on here. I say
You
something.
thought they were good? You didn't
No,
think
they are
prior
good. They
to
are
the
good.
show?
Just not this one. This one
No,
was
because
awesome.
the last one I was on. Wait a minute. You know what? Let me make this public service announcement right now.
Oh my god.
Y'all are not gonna see me anymore after this weekend. So everybody, I feel like every time I come on here, somebody got a problem with me. So
Oh my
I
gosh.
will not be on any more podcasts after this. So
Boo.
I know, because I feel like me and DJ be bringing the spice to these
Yeah, you do.
conversations.
And that's the good thing.
That's
It's
what makes
just-
them good.
So
yeah.
Let me just tell you, Nikki, I'm just saying, right? Every podcast I follow and all, everybody needs a villain. I'm just saying.
I'm with it because you know what? I think a lot of people fail to realize that there are perspectives in life and everyone's perspective matters and everyone's opinions matter. Well, okay, all right. Wait, 30-second timeout. They don't always matter.
Oh yeah, no, because there's a lot of
They
people
don't
that
always
shouldn't be
matter.
talking.
However, it is good to hear, like all jokes aside, it is good to hear other people's perspective
Right.
sometimes. So
Yeah, you'll never understand what they're coming. Yeah,
right. So with that being said, you know, it is good to hear something that you're not used to hearing because I feel like DJ brings the tough conversations. DJ be bringing the tough questions, the uncomfortable stuff that be making people be like, yeah, I don't think I want to be in here anymore.
Duh.
And I'm here for it. I'm here for all the shenanigans. I love it.
Oh, this is fun. This is funny.
It's a lot of fun.
But yeah, this is okay with the villain line.
Listen. I'm just saying, everybody needs a villain. You can't have two people on it. Like it's kind of the same with my podcast. My boy, good co-host, but he agrees with majority of what I say. So we don't really have more of a back and forth banter.
You don't have a conversation. You just have an
It's
agreement.
not fun. It'd be boring like that.
So it depends on the topic.
All you hear is yeah. All right, next question.
Right.
My dad told me, first of all, I know you looking Duncan Senior. All right. I am not no preacher. All right, you stop calling me preacher. Okay, I'm just here. All right, that's my PSA. Right.
That was it.
Yeah, that was it.
All right.
Because he out here texting me on WhatsApp.
Oh, what?
Talking about some damn. The preacher is on air. Tune in.
I mean,
Oh god.
All right,
Vener-
Keith, what's your next question?
Venerine said, "No, you can't leave, Nikki. You spice it up, girl power. You need a girl.
Thank
You
you,
need a girl in
Venerine.
the midst."
Girl,
I mean,
they
yeah.
don't like me on here. They don't like me on here, but it's okay.
We might as well just put in a warning. Put warning in the chat, like to all subscribers or whatever. Nikki will roast you in the chat or anything like that.
Yo,
I don't roast anyone.
was
Somebody's
not
always
expecting
coming for me.
Beware.
Someone always coming for me. I was eating my crackers. They got offended.
Based on a true story.
So I'm chilling. We all chilling. I don't feel like I should be off camera for eating, for having a snack. But it is what it is. If you feel offended, I apologize. And somebody said that I need to respect my elders. I really didn't even know that there was other people. I don't know you guys on here. Carol for Aunt Rose. Hey, but I honestly don't know. You know, what is Keith? You're gonna have a podcast about West Indian adults.
oh yeah,
With
that's
the
gonna
whole
be a
this
that's
is
gonna be a funny
cousin
one.
this and this is aunt this and
Hey, listen, we can't even do that because
like y'all gotta stop doing that. We don't know who you guys are. We
Yeah, I
really
don't-
don't.
man, a new cousin spawns every
you know what-
weekend.
you
This
know
is your
what makes
cousin.
me
This
mad,
is your
right?
auntie this and
Look,
like,
You know what's the worst part? This to all you Caribbean folk out there, all right? I'm like, when I'm like 13, 15, 20, 25, it don't matter. How you gonna ask me if I remember you when the last time I saw you, I was in diapers? How you gonna ask that?
The highest age I've seen you was at 2.
How you
I
gonna
don't
say,
remember
yeah,
you
I
at
used to
2.
change your diapers? Like,
Okay.
okay.
Oh, I remember that.
Well,
I mean,
thanks.
it's like, what?
Thanks.
Yeah, they like to say that. It's like, okay. I don't know how to feel about it because I don't remember
Keith?
them at all.
That Keith, small Keith. Last time I seen Keith, he was like,
Man, you don't
this
understand,
big?
bro. DJ, you don't understand how many times I've heard that. You don't understand. Oh, Keith, look, Keith, the Keith. Y'all remember it? I don't.
Like what? The tree
you don't know who they are.
I don't know who they are. I don't even remember what I did at that time. So you
I
telling
don't know
me,
who you
you
guys
probably
are.
lying.
I got family adding me on Facebook. They're like, "Hey, cuz, who are you?"
Our last names don't match.
That's what I'm saying. I've never
got
seen
one
this
mutual
before.
friend. Who is that? My mom. I don't know you. Like,
Right.
But I appreciate the love. I'm just saying though, like
third generation cousin.
We don't got family
Mom's
trees.
cousin,
we got family
cousin's
forests.
cousin.
For real.
We got family
Montserrat, you got
forests.
family mountains in Montserrat.
Shoot, we got
Family
oak
mountains.
trees for family trees. We don't got them city trees.
And they branch off forever.
Every branch got a branch.
Yeah. And
Your great grandmother's, grandpappy's, sister's, cousin's uncle is now your second cousin.
And they hit
just
you
so
with
happen to be younger than you. Like, I don't understand.
And then they hit you to remember me? Like you weren't even born. But nah.
Christiana, I just want to give a shout out to Christiana. Christiana, I am not taking any of this personal, honey. You are a how? I actually have a cousin on my mom's side. Her last name is How too. So
there you go. You just figured it out.
We're family. Like we're family somehow. I don't know, but nobody's taking anything on here personally. It is what it is. Welcome to the podcast. This is how
Rice Krispies for breakfast.
Oh yeah.
Rice Krispies. What?
Because he always popping off. But yeah.
Yes, you all need to be educated about Caribbean culture. Oh, we educated. The issue
we
is
are highly educated.
We just don't understand why y'all do things y'all do. Don't get me wrong, right? If I have my leg cut off, I know I gotta put some oil and some bush tea. I gotta drink bush tea and all that stuff, and then my arm will magically grow back by next week or something like that.
Yeah, piccolo. But yeah.
All right, go ahead. Tom.
Yeah, let's come back because we almost had that podcast, the Caribbean podcast, just now. But so basically, we just had the friendships and the people we don't know, basically, about the second chances, forgiveness. Now Now we're going to go into relationships. Yay. So I want to ask what would you consider a second chance moment, but like how like what's your red flag in a relationship?
Disloyalty. Easily.
Yeah.
That's probably my main red flag. Not even like a red flag. It's the main red flag.
Wait,
It's
what
like,
was that? What was
what's
your
the red
flag?
flag in a relationship? Disloyalty.
Oh, okay.
Right. Like, of
Hands-
course, look, if
hands
I'm gonna
down.
be with somebody, they got to be loyal. Like, I don't give you cute. I don't give you 10 out of 10. I don't give your best friend. Actually, no. If your best friend is Beyonce, that's kind of different. But
Don't say that too loud.
you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. But it's like, why be with somebody and off rip? Why be with somebody who you know, right, is gonna go to your neighbor's house, right? Who's gonna go and know their Wi-Fi password? You know what I'm saying? Like you got all that happening.
It just pop up.
Like it don't make sense how cute they are, how smart they are, whatever. They not really yours.
Right.
So what's the point?
They
What's
still
the
on the
point of
market.
being with them? You know, so that's the main red flag. Everything else is like secondary, third. That's the main red flag is loyalty. So it's like if you are disloyal, I can forgive you because it's not good. Well, it is a trauma. It is a trauma.
No,
It's a big
I
trauma.
can't forgive that. Yeah,
It's a big trauma. But the
big.
biggest thing, like I actually was in this situation. And Keith, you met my ex that time, but no names, right? No names. But it's like it's a trauma because it affects how you go into relationships after. Right. You're less prone to be trustworthy because of what somebody did. Right. And I don't give second chances for that.
Absolutely.
I'll forgive you for that because you no longer affect me. Once I get to that point where what you did no longer affects me, I can forgive you for that. Right. Situation happened to me 2016. Actually, 2015. It was 2015. Going forward, I didn't really trust females like that. Right. But I was able to be in a happy relationship after the fact. When I graduated college, I started to look back and reflect on my life, like what I've been. And that was one moment that I thought about. So I said, I hit her up because I blocked her. But I hit her up and I said, all that shit you did back then, all that stuff, I forgive you. I just want to let you know that. And you know, they send the whole paragraph like, I just want to explain my situation, and I get it's cool. I forgive you though. And that was it. I just that was the closure. I just wanted to let them know how I felt at the moment, but I forgive what they did. They let me know how they felt at the moment, and they accept that they accept that I forgive them. And that closure was just beautiful because it's almost as if that load was taken off my shoulders.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I had a chip on my shoulder that entire time about it, and now I don't have that chip no more. I'm able to go in the world freely and not let that what happened with their affect me. You know what I'm saying? So I can forgive that disloyalty. I can't ever give it a second chance. Can't do that.
That's no. Now you put it like that, it makes sense. But yeah, nah, that second chance will never come from me. If I get cheated on,
He's been in one relationship.
if I get cheated on, that's still my answer.
He's been in one relationship that all of us already know about.
Like I said,
it's still going, and
I am not
it's like,
losing.
that's all we know now.
I am not losing my point. If I get cheated on, I play football. That's it. It also depends on the duration of the relationship as well. If it's like a short relationship and the person cheats, I mean, I would understand if like they forgive them quicker than if it's a person that dated them for like a good 5-10 years and then they can't seem to forgive them as quick as they want to, you know?
No, really? I would think, what was that?
I don't know.
I thought that I figured that it would be opposite. When you And okay, you elders in here, y'all need to chime in because you know your generation is a little bit different than this generation and the generation even younger. You would think that with the longevity of your relationship, when the relationship is a little bit longer, you tend to forget, people tend to forgive stuff like that when they're in a longer relationship because they know the person a little bit more, or there were signs and stuff. If I was to start talking to somebody now and we're dating, and then we become official, and then he cheats on me and we've been together for a year or two, I would be quicker to be like, yeah, I'm good on you, than then if I was in a relationship with somebody for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, if we just started talking and we just started dating within the first year or two, you go cheat on me, clearly you wasn't ready when you first started.
Right.
Whereas if it was if we were together for 10 years or so, or a little bit longer time, 5+ years, then something went wrong in our relationship for you to do that. Right? There's something was tainted in the relationship for you to decide, I'm gonna go and cheat on you. That means something, you were unhappy, I wasn't doing something, I was failing on some type of part, or you have an issue. And then that's when two people start to seek therapy. Does that make sense? So I feel like what you said, for me, it would be the opposite. Like the longevity, then you kind of fix it. And then I feel like even our parents' generation, in our parents' generation, and I learned this not too long ago, within like the last 10 years, that, like our grandparents, they were together all them years. But let me tell you something, when you find out all the stuff that happened in their marriages,
yeah, it's a story.
It's a story. And it's just like, and then you listen to it, the story, and you be like, yo, there's no way I would have stuck around through all of what y'all went through today. Like, there's just no way. So I feel like with longevity, you kind of like, you try to fix the relationship or the marriage or whatever you want to consider yourself to be in, versus if it's just a short period of time, once that person cheats within like a year, 2, 3, it's like, all right, your mental wasn't even here from the jump.
That's true. Yeah, no, it makes sense that way. I'm just saying though, it would hurt more in a longer relationship. That's what I'm saying. It would probably hurt more.
Now, here's where variety comes in.
Right? And then after you finish, I'm gonna answer this question. But after you finish,
it's none against you, kid. None against you.
Oh no.
Right? But this is where variety comes in. People with variety are more prone to know what they're doing in that situation. I admit, after my first relationship, I was more prone to let things go, like in regards to forgiveness, because I was my first. So you kind of hype up the very first relationship you're in, right? It's not really more of the honeymoon phase or whatever. It's just more like in that moment, that's your first, so you ain't trying to let it end. Right? That's number one. Number two, in regards to that, it's just the fact that, cheating, for example, is always based off that individual. No matter the situation you're in, cheating is always based off that individual. Right? If they're unhappy, they still decide to cheat. Right? If the relationship's kind of slow, they still decide to cheat. If the relationship's happy, they still decide to cheat. Like, it's all based off them. It's never based off the other partner. Right? And cheating is always based off that individual's, lack of something. Right? It could be they're experiencing a lack of sexual contact. They're experiencing a lack of attention. They're experiencing a lack of, being needed. Right? All those things. And that's based off them. Because as again, everybody has different thresholds, right? Different tolerances and everything like that. So what could be a lot of attention to you could be very small attention to somebody else, right? But you still are deciding to go cheat, right? Now, people be like, why not just end the relationship? Okay. Why the hell would I give up a sure thing and get something on the side? That's free. That's free, right? I got no commitment to that person. And if that person don't work out, I go home and I got somebody waiting for me. That's a cheater's mindset, right? Because people think it's that easy. They're like, if you're gonna cheat, you know, just leave your girl. And everybody, again, this is something I discussed the other day, is like the 80-20 rule, right? You got 80 at home, you got 20 in the street, right? Why would I give up 80 for 20? Now you're risking that 80 for the 20, but why would I give up the 80 purpose? Right? I don't want to be left with 20. I know that's a 20. Right? So why would I leave the 8? Don't make sense. That's why cheaters are more prone to just stay in the relationship than just break up and go find another one. That's all it is. No man ever cheats. I would say it's rare. No man ever really cheats on somebody better than the girlfriend they are.
Oh yeah.
They cheat less, right? That's all it is, less. Okay. If my girl at 8, 9, I'm probably messing with a 2, 3. Like that's just how it goes. You know what I'm saying? I would not ever like really risk that. It don't make sense. If I found a 9, 10 and my girl's a 7, 8, I'm actually gonna break up with the 7, 8 and go for the 9, 10. Right? I'm not gonna cheat on with the 9, 10. That don't make no damn sense. Right? But I'm just saying, like, that's where it comes in. But again, that's still based off the man. That's still based on anybody can cheat, but that's still based off the individual. So when you're more prone, when you're older, cheating is less forgiving because you contemplate the risks, you contemplate the outcomes and still decide to do it, which means you already took into consideration how I would feel. You already took into consideration what would happen if you got caught and still said, it's worth it. Don't make sense. So I'm less prone to give that a second chance at all because you did it with knowledge.
That's what I'm saying.
Teenagers don't do it. They do it with hormones. That's it. That's it. That's
Okay.
it right there.
Okay, that's a man's point of view. I really can't even speak on a female's point of view too much as far as cheating. I know that if a woman gets to the point where she's cheating, it's not always, it's just like a man, it's not always because she doesn't want to be in a relationship. It's because her 80 is lacking something that the 20 is giving her. That's why there's women out there who can cheat on their man for attention, not necessarily sexual pleasures, but for attention, for shopping, for money, for trips, because it's something that her man is lacking. Her 80 is lacking that the 20 can give her. So if the 20 is like, I don't even want to have sex with you. I just want to lace you up. I just want to take you out and have vacations with you and stuff. She's going to be like, well, my man's not buying me no gifts. He don't buy me he doesn't do anything with me. He doesn't take me on vacations. He doesn't spend time with me. He doesn't do things. All right, I got somebody who wants to do stuff with me and wine and dine me and show me off to people. I'm going to go play around in that. So I think with men, and I do think that sometimes men y'all just be bored. Like, y'all have your 80 at home, but sometimes you just be like, and you go over to the 20 and it's just like, all right, that was fun. Anyway, but for women, it's a little bit different. And then for women with a relationship, like, I don't think that a lot of men, and it's so funny. I had this conversation with my mother just like an hour or two ago. Like, man, let me tell you something. Welcome.
Yo,
hello.
Dude, greasy forehead popped up.
On fleek.
Okay.
Oh man.
But yeah, when a female, I don't think a lot of men realize when a female is not happy, she gives you signs. She will give you all the signs in the world. She might
know
not
that.
verbally say it. So there's some women who will talk their trash and, you know, shoot their little quick comments. But if a female is unhappy, she's gonna give you all the signs in the world. And if you don't pick up on those signs quick enough, she's checked out.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
She will. She will check out.
Wait a
She will
minute.
check out mentally. Yes. Come on, DJ. Bring it.
I'm not saying what you're saying is untrue. I'm not.
It's true.
It's
Okay,
true.
no, but it's
Messed
so
up.
okay. Let me finish real quick. But yes, she will check out, and she will lollygag and linger around for a few months until she has her eggs in a row, and then when she's finally fed up, she's out the door. Now, I do know women personally who know that their man, their husband, or their 80 has cheated on them. They know that their 80 has a whole new life, a whole new family, and they will still stick around. I can't speak for them. I don't know. I can't speak for them. I've witnessed it. I've witnessed an elder, and I've witnessed somebody my age, and I can't speak for either one. The age gap don't even matter. It's a situation that I think those people personally have had to deal with on their own. But I know for a fact women will let a man know in many ways when she has checked out. And so when she's checked out, please don't be surprised.
Here's my issue though. First thing I want to say is everything you said is factual. So it's not disagreement.
Okay.
My thing is we grown.
That's what I was thinking. Like, just
what's
say
the
it.
point of signs?
Okay, wait. You're grown. So if you're that grown, then you should know when you're not taking care of your wife, your woman. You should know when you're not providing your 100%. A lot of people say a relationship is 50-50. Relationship should not be 50-50. If you're not bringing me 100%, don't come to me. I'm going to give you 100%. So I expect you to give me 100%. Okay. Period.
That's valid.
Okay.
That's valid.
Period.
That's valid.
But if you know that you're lacking and men do, and I'm not gonna say just men, because I believe both genders and transgenders or whatever you want to consider yourself, both sides definitely become content and then get a little comfortable. Women get comfortable, men get a little more comfortable, but you got to know when your partner, men give signs all the time. You guys give signs when you're not being pleased. Fair to say?
No, you just say it.
I just say it.
You say it. You either say it or there's a lot of men out there who don't. Not.
Yeah, that's my issue.
There's men out there who do not say it.
That's my issue. When you grown, bro. Look, when people used to hit each other as kids, that doesn't mean they like you, right? We passed that, right? Now with 50-50, I always, like I told Keith on his male perspective, I think the 50-50 means I give you half of me, and then the other half is to make sure I take care of myself, and then you do the same. Right. And then if trouble comes where you can't give me half of you, then I can give you another 25% of myself to myself to give over to you. Right, it gives leeway to that. But the biggest thing for me is when you said, when you're putting in the effort, you should know, right, that you're not, pleasing. What if my 100% is her 20%? Right. Like, what if I'm giving all my effort and that's still not enough? Or but she says she's happy.
Or one more. Or you're giving your 100% in the wrong category. And you'll never know until she says something. But
that's the thing.
So yeah, that equals. It's not enough. It's not enough. So
I gotta give 150.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
wait, okay, all right. 30 seconds time out. Okay, DJ, are you talking now? Did she know that your 100%, your 100% wasn't equivalent to her 100% in the beginning?
Depends
it matters.
I know it matters. It depends on when they hop in.
Okay, so perfect example. I was talking to somebody. Keith knows who he was.
Uh-huh.
I was dating somebody who, in the beginning, told me and implied, and he I guess he was trying to impress me, and went extra, right? He went extra, spent a little more than he could afford, tried to show me a good time.
Yeah.
But it made it seem like this
That
is
was
me
normal.
all the time.
That was
This is I got this all the time.
Yep.
And when the time came now to put on that same performance, not that I'm a greedy girl, I'm definitely an independent girl, and I definitely believe in you know, we split in half and bills and all that stuff. Like, I'm definitely for that, right?
Okay.
So, and I'm definitely for a coupon and a bargain and a discount. And he did not hear that. Clearly, he did not hear that. But when it came to keeping that same energy 6 months down the road, he can't.
Yeah.
And so now, to me, it's you're not enough.
That's
I can hold my end. Yeah. But now you're telling me you can't hold your end. Well, why did you portray that in the beginning, knowing you couldn't upstand that, knowing that you couldn't keep up?
And that's on him.
That's right, and that's on him. So I can't be wrong if I be like, bruh, you.
But that, okay. But I got you, fam. I got you. Right? What if I give you 100%? Every day, all day, right? Before we even decide to do something, right? You get with me because you feel in your mind that I can, or hopefully he can give me more later.
Listen, that's called potential. And you cannot bank on potential.
Exactly.
You cannot.
Exactly.
You cannot bank on potential.
Exactly.
You're glitching the system, yo. This man is glitching the system.
I am the system. What you talking about? Nah.
Oh my God.
You cannot bank on potential, and that's to men and women.
Yes.
If you might like somebody, they might be a gentleman, she might be a sweetheart, they might care about you, they will show you all of those emotional traits that you are looking for. But you got to come to a realization, is this person good for my longevity? I want to know that 6 months from now, because the way 2021 is going, you can't be planning 5 years from now. But 6 months from now to a year, are they going to keep this same energy? Or if they keep this same energy, but something happens, because you know the way the market is and the way employment is, people lose their jobs and stuff like that. You know, are they gonna keep the same energy of, you know, trying to hold their end? You really don't want to think about that, but this is stuff that you got to really think about in a relationship.
Valid.
Like you can't be like looks and what kind of car they drive it. Nah, ain't even.
But Nikki, honest question: who do you think is more prone to go for potential versus what they have right in front?
Who is more? Wait, ask me again.
Which? Who do you think is more prone?
What gender?
Yeah, to go for potential.
Women will go for potential. Yeah. Women will go for potential because women naturally, I don't care what zodiac sign you are, I don't care what color you are, I don't care what weave you have in your head, I don't care if you're natural. Women are natural nurturers. We are naturally take care of the home, and men are naturally born and thought to go out and make the money. Yes. Cool. However, things are changing these days. But women, it doesn't matter how much money we make, we will still nurture a man. If we find you attractive, if we find potential in you, we will still, in some point, to a certain extent, we'll nurture you and cater to you. If we feel, I have to speak for alpha women, because alpha women are different. Because I will tell you right now, I ain't gonna give you that side of me if I don't think you. If you can't bring something back to me. Anyway, women are natural nurturers. Period. Point blank. And women are more likely to be like, oh well, he can find a job. okay, he can find a job, but when? Because the way things are going right now, I can tell you right now, my stepfather, he's been out of work for over a year because of the pandemic. So it's like,
let me hit you with this, and then I know we're going me and you kind of going off topic with the forgiveness, but I got you. So my thing is like men, and we learned this through coaching and sports and everything like that. The potential that we strive for is something that was exhibited, right? If in sports wise, it's like if I saw you in practice make 10 threes in a row, your potential as a three shooter just hit my mind, right? But it's how women work. Well, not all of them. I gotta say that. I want to get attacked. I cancel. So the potential how women work is I see a thug, and this is just a stereotypical type, right? Stereotypical. I see a thug in the streets. They like me, blah 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 blah. He has not shown any growth in bettering himself. So now I feel I could be that growth. And I feel I can get him into Harvard with a 4.0 GPA and he becomes a doctor. That's how it works back then. See, men go based off of potential that's exhibited. Women go based off of potential that's hopeful. That's faith-based. You get me? So I'm just saying, when it comes to that whole potential thing, right? This is why men are more prone to see to go for what they see, right? We may not know your ceiling, but we know what floor you at right now, right? So we are more prone to go, you know what, that floor you at right now, I'm for it. Women go, that may be a small house, but I could build it into a mansion. But when it don't become a mansion, see, you got me wasting my time, and I didn't tell you to build me no mansion. I was cool in my small house, right?
It's facts. It's facts. You know? Now to revert back to the whole point of Keith's subject.
Situations I forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh Jesus! Sorry.
Like I was finna say something, I forgot about it.
But as far as the forgiveness goes, now I'm gonna go back to the situation I was in. The forgiveness is like sometimes you think that a person has that potential. They're gonna give you. All right, cut all that. What's your question, Keith? Do you forgive in a relationship? Like what's the stipulations? I feel like in a relationship it's a different subject. And like I said, longevity definitely makes a difference. And I think that the older generation would probably agree. I'm gonna say y'all gonna agree that it is certain situations like Mead said, you don't know what the situation is. It could be financially. Yeah, it can be finances. It could be a lot of reasons why you stick around. It doesn't mean that you're supposed to stick around. And I think that, like my mother's generation, they got that messed up. And they just because you have finances and assets, yes, it's easier said than done. I totally understand that. That does not mean you're supposed to stay in that situation. If you're stuck in debt because of your significant other, if you're getting mentally, verbally, or physically abused in a relationship, just because you guys got kids and assets and money attached to you, that does not mean you're supposed to stick around. And then there's no forgiveness. I don't forgive stuff like that. Me personally, I just, I will say though, there are situations where the betrayal is not necessarily disloyalty, right? It's not always disloyalty. I think that a lot of people just stigmatize a bad relationship with disloyalty. Somebody cheated. Sometimes it don't be somebody cheated. Sometimes it really is like you guys spend so much time with each other and there's mental abuse, or there's verbal abuse, or there's some kind of abuse. I mean, today in 2021, there's always some kind of abuse and everybody's sensitive. But in relationships, I do believe in mental abuse. I was mentally abused in my last relationship. Would I forgive him if he got therapeutic help? Absolutely. Because he's a good person. And I am exposing a little more than I really want to. But if it, and that's how most relationships work. Actually, my stepsister, who recently got engaged, her and her boyfriend were together for about 4 years. And in their boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, they went to therapy. And I think a lot of people get afraid of therapy because they think something is wrong. Well, something is wrong. Something is wrong with your relationship. So never be afraid of therapy. Sometimes you need somebody from the outside who can't judge you based on your past to understand, kind of help you navigate your relationship. Rather than a friend or family member who is just going to be like, oh, you need to just leave them, or you need to just leave her. They ain't no good for you anyway. I didn't like her attitude, or whatever the case may be. Like, sometimes you just need an outside mediator for your relationship. And so when it comes to, a friendship versus a relationship, that forgiveness line, there's a lot of gray area, because it just always depends on what the situation is. Like I said, it's not always because somebody cheated. It could be finances, it could be somebody lost their job and you guys just don't know how to deal with it. One person has to carry the load and they're frustrated and they don't know how to express that to the other person. It could be the whole point of this podcast, communication. Two people can't communicate, or they or they lost their sense of communication after being with each other for 10, 15 years. That happens because things happen. The world changes. People have children. People go through different jobs. People lose money. People make money. People get into car accidents. People become disabled. People become sick. People have medical issues, medical bills. Like, there's just a million and one things why you would really fight for a relationship based on longevity. I'm going to make the longevity part a key, because if it's 3 years in and the person cheat on you, see you later. All right, guys, I'm done. Sorry. Kind of went off on a tangent with
so that. To answer Venerine's question in person, without, because I had to text it. What's the question? Keith, if you are in a marriage for 15 years and your wife makes a mistake, how you resolve this matter the first time around? She said mistakes are mistakes, in my opinion. Well, one, it all depends on the mistake. So cheating, that's not a mistake. That was a choice, and you did that on your own, especially 15 years. So the only thing I would get, like I would want to get from that person, is what you said, closure. I would want to understand why and what I did, but that doesn't mean I would ever get in a relationship with you again. I just want to know what I did, or what you did, or what you felt. I just want to know everything. I want you to tell me everything that happened, whereas I just assume, and then I might think it's on me, and then it's just going to be a toxic situation. So that's where the communication part comes in.
But what if, in all that explanation as to what you did and why the whole why, what if in that why you stop and be like, wait a minute, because you didn't know how the person felt at the time, or maybe you did something, and I mean, people got to take responsibility of their own actions. But what if the why is something that they just didn't know how to communicate for whatever reason? I'm not saying that the cheating part is okay. I'm just giving a different perspective, because there's always there's always can be a weird twist with a relationship, right? And Venerine said 15 years. So, if you're with somebody for 15 years and one of you cheats, then there's something, it might not be toxic, per se between the two of you. It could be something internally wrong with you two, and it was just a 80-20 situation, like what DJ was saying earlier. Like, you know, I just, it happened, and it just happened. And I don't know how to explain it. It just happened, but I was feeling this way towards you, and that just happened. Or like, kind of like what I said earlier, like when a woman is not getting what she wanted from her man, she or maybe she has communicated that to him, and he's just like, whatever, you're good. And then she's just like, well, then I'm gonna get that from the next guy, and then it just kind of unfolds. Like, what if that kind of situation happens? I feel like it's a situation that you have to be in before you can actually say.
Yeah, that was too specific. That's why I was
no. I'm just saying, like, it's a situation that you have. Like, I know your relationship. You and Bert been together for a long time, and there was a time where you guys were not gonna be together no more. So it's just kind of like today. If something happened, I mean, you guys been together for a very long time. I mean, it might not seem long to you, but that's y'all got some history.
I can tell you what I would do in that situation right there.
But shoot. I just feel like it just, I don't know.
She could do it. 15 years, right? I'm 26 now, so I'll be 41. Right. I'll probably be old. My beard will probably be kind of whitish a little bit.
DJ
45.
So that means
41
DJ,
is not old. 41 is not old.
But peep game though. Right? Maybe I don't want to start over.
Right.
So we could talk. Me and her could talk. I'm gonna talk to my lawyer about my will. Your name off my list. Okay.
Make sure you write it in pencil.
My kids.
So that's another situation. That is another.
Make sure you write it in pencil.
But DJ brought up a good point though. When you get to a certain age, like when you get to a certain age, you like, yo, I'm not even trying to go out and start over. We gonna figure this out, or we just gonna be two miserable old bats living under the same roof. Period. No, y'all, you ain't trying to be miserable. I'm right with you, DJ. I ain't trying to be miserable. I cut somebody off quick. Like,
I'm gonna cut her off. She gonna stay at somebody else's house. It ain't gonna be mine. My kid's gonna be, Dad, what happened? Your mom. There you go.
There you go.
That's it.
That's a great answer.
That's it. Ask her.
So my mom just texted me.
She ain't in my will no more.
She said, if a spouse is cheating or abusing you over and over again, and they kept apologizing and you kept saying you forgive them, what would you do?
Wait, repeat.
Wait. You made it seem like that wasn't the end of it.
Yeah, no.
I tried to act like I was frozen.
You have more.
I tried to act like I was frozen, but yeah, nah. It says if a spouse is cheating or abusing you over and over again, and you keep accepting the apology, what would you do in that situation?
That's you, like over and over again.
Yeah, no, that's not happening. That's dead.
You get one time.
The one time is the end. To me.
I ain't gonna lie. I was looking at it as a female perspective, but also being a man. So I was like, I'm gonna whoop his ass. But then I'm like, damn, that's not gonna be it. You got one chance as a grown person. That chance is gone as a grown person once you do that. Ain't no over and over.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Ain't no over and over.
That's it. There's once it is it. I'm sorry, but no, I'm not sorry. What the heck?
You know what over and over is? Us over and over.
And that's I can't even now. I can't really say it's a generational difference. It is it can be because back then they did accept it, and listen.
You see them jokes too?
I just got too much history with it, where I've witnessed too much, but it's a generational difference, and sometimes sometimes there's some women who are just too weak to get out of the situation, and they don't and there are men out there who are full of so much charisma and can convince anyone that I'm not going to do it again. We're good. This, that, and the next. And it's just like, all right. And then it happens again. But the female has to take responsibility, accountability. That's what I wanted to say. The accountability of accepting that.
You chose to go back.
You chose to go back. You chose to believe him, even though he constantly did the wrong things and he hurt you mentally, physically, and verbally. If you keep going back to that, then eventually that's on you. Like, no one can help you.
That's like what DJ said that's what DJ said about the stove thing.
Right. You keep putting your hand on the stove and you keep getting burnt.
Why is it burning me?
Switch hands.
It's on, but still.
I understand fire is hot.
If you put your foot on the stove, your foot gonna get burnt too.
I'll put the other one on.
I'll
put the other one.
You know the Caribbean folk gonna call you burnt foot from the rest of your life. You know that. All y'all love them nicknames, huh?
Blackfoot.
Blackfoot right there.
They're gonna call you some. I remember Blackfoot. I remember that used to be. That's stupid.
Why you call him Blackfoot? Yeah, 50 years ago he burned his foot by accident.
Yeah.
Damn, 50 years ago. Yeah.
He stubbed his toe. They call him short toe. They stub his toe. All that stuff.
Oh my gosh.
And
You're gonna have to have a whole series on Caribbean.
Oh, that's gonna be like 5 hours.
That's why I said a series. It's gonna be a month long.
Oh yeah.
The Caribbean lifestyle.
But
hold up. But she says sometimes people are in love so strong that they won't realize they would be in love by someone. What the heck?
Here's the thing, Auntie.
That's why you stay in a relationship.
I think you can't control who you like, but you can control love. Hear me out. Mm-hmm. Love is action based, right? When they say prove you love them, it's always based off your actions. Prove you like them isn't based off your actions, based off just your feeling.
Yeah, it won't really make sense to say.
So
show me you like them.
Being in love just means you're just taking that action to say that, right? You can like your husband or your wife or whatever. You can like them a lot, right? But love is proving that. That's all it is, right? What's the word? Blind love, like blind.
Love is blind.
Love is blind, right? Bullshit. I'll tell you that right now. Bullshit. Ignorance.
It is blind. Ignorance. It can be blind.
All right, no. If I can see a dog coming for me, and I say maybe it's not gonna come for me, that's ignorance. I'm just saying that's ignorance.
DJ, no.
What?
No, what was that first of all?
That was a cute analogy. I'm just saying.
No. Oh my God.
Listen, love is blind, and it is. You haven't experienced it, and I'm happy you haven't experienced it, but it is a scary time when you finally get out of that black hole. It's literally a black hole. Okay, I've experienced it before, and it's not. When you finally get out of that black hole and you're like, yo, I really put up with that. I really dealt with that. I really I spent that kind of money. I let this person mess up my credit. I let this person jack up my bills. I let this person mess up my car. I almost went to jail because of this person. I got tickets let me tell you something. It's a scary place. And I can't even tell you how you begin to get into that black hole, but nobody can help you. But nobody can help you but you.
Yes.
Because your friends can tell you,
and you're not gonna really listen.
Get out. Your family can tell you to get out. Your kids can tell you to get out. Your scars and your debt and the debt that you're in and the jewelry that's lost and there's so many signs, but
I get you, right? I trust me when I say I get you. My thing is though, if something's happening to me, I see it, I just don't acknowledge it. That to me isn't being blind. that's just ignoring.
But I think that you know that now because you've been through it.
Yes, I can look back at it.
You can look back at
I
like
ignored
you know
all
the red flags now. You be like, yeah,
like that's done. That's
ain't,
done. I'm good.
This ain't it. This is not gonna work. But I think for somebody who has not experienced that or who doesn't even know where to begin with that, it's like it's a warning. And
if you point out something bad that they do, and I say, yeah, but right there, that means right there, you know what's going on. You're just trying to find something else to validate that or ignore it. That's what I'm saying. It's not truly like trust me, I get the love is blind. Trust me, I get that, right? But a big part of that blind isn't on purpose, right? Blind isn't on purpose. There is also tunnel vision like with horses where they have the blinders on the side, right?
mm-hmm.
But if you put the blinders on yourself, are you truly, truly handicapped in that regard?
No, obviously not.
You know?
And then going back to the whole topic of this discussion, the forgiveness part. Do you forgive somebody who you were blinded by love with? Like if you, does that make sense? If you were blinded by love by somebody, right? So you was deep down in a hole with that person. You finally got out the hole. You realize what that person did to you. You expose them for their actions. You put that out on the table and they give you an explanation, or they come up with something nice to say, or they come up with something clever. Do you forgive them? There's some people who will. Or does it matter? Does it matter what the aftermath was? Does it matter how much debt you were in? Does it matter how much you lost? Does it matter if you lost your house? Does it matter if you lost your car? Like, does all that matter? Do you forgive somebody from making you so blinded by love?
My thing is, though, is that when it comes to relationships, people don't do things repeatedly unless they get the idea that it's okay to do so.
Right.
Facts. So if you let
communication,
if I'm that person and you let me do something the first time and no consequence to it,
no rebuttal, no nothing,
I'm gonna do it again because you're not telling. Well, there's common sense. Certain shit's just wrong, right?
Yeah.
And certain things are just wrong.
If I see it's negatively affecting you, then yeah. But if it's not doing anything to
mentally, you, that person, mentally, right? A lot of people forget the mental part,
and you cannot see that.
If I'm mentally that person, and God forbid this, right? You know, the woman abusers and things like that. If that woman abuser hits a woman and nothing happens to him, he's gonna do it again. You could threaten you're gonna leave, but if you don't leave, he's gonna do it again. Right? He's gonna keep going.
You sat in the chair.
But bet money, he gets fucked up a little bit, right? Or you just so happen to put bleach somewhere where the sun don't shine.
Yeah.
Right? If you just so happen to add consequence to his actions that hurts him, he's less prone to do it. That doesn't say he won't do it again.
Yeah, it might still happen. It's just not going to happen as frequent.
Right? A lot of those people do it because there's no consequence. Even on the news, you see all the Hollywood people, messing with the women and like that with the pills.
This man.
They ain't getting arrested. No, hear me out. They're not getting arrested. Nobody's telling on them. Nobody's doing anything. They pay those women some money to not talk, all that stuff. They get to go with their life scot-free and continue to do it. Because guess what? Ain't nothing happening to them. But they should get arrested, going to jail, right? And then, the people in jail, they're doing some things to them too, you know what I mean? So have all that happen to them. Now those people who were getting away with it, like, damn. You saw what just happened to brother number one? You don't want that to happen. So they're going to be less prone to do it, or they're going to get smarter and do it less often, right? Knowing that, okay, if I do it tomorrow, I'm going to get a consequence. So if I do it next week, they're going to think I won't do it ever again.
It's just like a dog. You can train a dog. You can train a person.
They just adapt to the situation. But again, the bigger the consequence, the less prone it happens. And again, like I told you, trauma changes people. Well, trauma changes adults more likely. So it's like that happens. Something traumatic happens to them. They're either gonna leave the situation that trauma happened to them, or they're gonna go find another victim to then rebuild that trauma because they're like, damn, that person's too smart now. If I mess with that person, I may end up dead or something.
Yeah.
So I got to start over with somebody new.
But then the person who was traumatized, now what? Right? Now the person who is traumatized is messed up. Now they don't trust nobody. Now they don't want to move on. Now they think, every little thing is a lie or a scam or whatever the case may be. So.
Haldane, you need to talk now. I know you've been in here hearing with your greasy forehead. You need to come and talk.
I forgot he even signed in.
That's what I'm saying. I just looked in the bottom right and I see.
Terrible.
Haldane, I know you hear me. Because I hear me. So I know you hear me. Whatever.
See Mead? Yes. It is the stigma attached why people don't get that. I don't understand why people don't therapy is becoming something very common. And I think that if people are having that struggle in their relationships, then they should both see a separate therapist or see the same therapist separately and then see a therapist together. Because sometimes you're with somebody for so long. I feel like people think that when they first get with somebody or this first, start a relationship with somebody, people forget that people change over time. People definitely change over time, and they, after you've been with somebody for 5 years, y'all been through some stuff. 5 years, my last relationship, I was with the person for 6 years, and I pretty much grew up with that person. They've been with me through some traumatizing times in my life, a lot of big changes. You go through so many changes with somebody in your longevity of your relationship. And I think, Keith, you probably can say the same thing. I mean, you're from, y'all was in high school and now you're adults. And I'm pretty sure in that time, that's not a little bit of time. That's a lot of time where you guys experienced a lot of change individually. So it's you, people don't realize that just because you're together today, you're not going to be with the same person mentally 10 years down the road. Nope. Because things happen and people change and people develop and people change their likes, When y'all first started talking, y'all used to like to go to the cheeseburger joint. 5 years from now, I'm trying to eat steak. I don't want a cheeseburger no more. It happens. Fair to say?
That's a good analogy. That's a good one.
I'm not even going to do that no more.
But Auntie, why did she just ask me this, right? So she said, DJ, did you forgive the dog that stole your shoes?
Yeah, she was going to ask me to text you that. Let me say that to you.
When did my dog steal my shoes?
That's what I don't know.
Is you talking
you
about?
You don't even remember.
I think she's talking about when the dog chased me down. I remember that. Right, and keep remember this because we were dropping off Mama at the hospital, so Auntie dropped me off home. And at the time, we had this dog.
Oh yeah.
As if that dog had steroids and milk for breakfast. I get inside the gate, and I'm walking to my back door to open the door, and the dog walks around across the corner, right from the backyard, and he looks at me like this. And me being a dog ain't really that cool, right? So I look at the dog like, dang, Like, damn.
Because you already know.
And I start running for my life. And this is when the first time I knew I could hop fences in one leap. Because as I'm running from the dog, I twirled my body over the fence, landed on the ground, right? Hear auntie laughing in the, her laugh. Like, that thing, right?
Yeah.
Right? To do that.
Yo,
But
why?
did I ever forgive the dog for that? No, of course not. That thing scarred me. I was scared to go in my backyard for months. I never forgave the dog, but see, again, it adapted because what I did, never went near the dog again. So I adapted to that. How about, and then she said, how about when the cat ate your food? Yeah, my this dude right here, right?
You was just not having fun with animals.
This dude right here, he's sneaky, right? I'll put my food down. I'm chilling. Right? Maybe I go get something to drink. I come back. Oh, you can hear it before you enter the door. I'm here thinking, and some of the food, it'd be like some good food. So I'm here, and you know what's the worst part? He knows when he does wrong, so he'll do this. He'll look at you like this, like that, and he'll take another, and then start dipping. Right? I forgive him too.
Look at him looking at you.
He ain't even scared of me no more. So I don't forgive my pets for that. I don't. I ain't forgive, nor do I forget. But yeah, that's to answer your question, Auntie. Oh my gosh. But again, I think we are more prone to give people second chance. That's whatever. Relationship wise, again, as you get older, you're less prone to give it. Some people do tend to just look at it as, they tend to look at life differently though, as they get older, and they go, man, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what's up, Jeremiah?
I could forgive you if you just say sorry.
Right.
For some people, it's that simple. Just say sorry to me. I don't care if you mean it or whatever. Just admit blame and we cool. Right? So it depends on how you look at life as well. Me, I'm too young to look at life that way yet. Yet. I know damn sure I'm prone to do it. But for right now, it's like one, self-accountability, which is rare nowadays. Everybody wants to blame their actions on something else. Like, you gotta stop doing that.
It was the way the tree was blown in the wind.
Like that's my issue. That's my issue, especially is like a lot of these things where I did this because you did this, or because all that stuff.
Accountability.
It's like, bro, that's you.
It's accountability.
I don't care if Jesus came down and said, "Do it." You still have to choose.
You chose it. Yeah,
you still got to choose to do it.
You could say no. You might get repercussions for it, but you still could say no.
Unless you're under some hypnosis, you control 100% of your actions.
Absolutely.
That's all it is. So again, I feel like where I am in life now, I have forgiven everybody in my past that did. Right? I have actually thanked them, half of them, like, you made me better. Yeah, you made me a better person than what I was when we did it. Right. And I thank you for that. Can I mess with you though? No. Right? You now, I don't even block them or nothing though. I don't block them, right? We friends on Facebook, friends on Instagram. You about to see this greatness though. You about to see it. You about to see
you want to be petty?
Yeah, hell yeah. You about to see
this
greatness. You know what I'm saying? You tried to.
You ain't gotta say it to him. Just show him.
Cut down the roots, and now I'm a tree. You ain't about to get me or burn me. I'm out here. You know what I'm saying? So I forgave them. I thanked them for it, and I let bygones be bygones. But of course, I'm not gonna mess with you ever again. But you are forgiven because what you did no longer affects me now. I don't think about it, nor do I. And unless you ask me, I'm never gonna remember. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know those things where it's like,
and that goes with the change, right? That goes with the change of, and going back to see me, she said that, personality wise, do they really change, or does their personality come out after a while? Yes. I do agree with that, especially when you live with somebody.
They get comfortable.
My mother always says, before you marry somebody, Back in the day, they say don't go shacking up with somebody before you get married. But today, you need to live with them before you get married to them, because you learn a person's real ways when you live with them. So I do agree with that to an extent. And everybody has their personality, and you have your likes and your dislikes, your preferences, and the things that you don't prefer.
Yeah, and the thing is, right? Personalities change. Like, I will say I'm the same personality I was
Right.
10 years ago.
Right.
But I'm not in the same mental capacity I was 10 years ago.
Absolutely.
Right? I was a kid who probably be the loudest in the room, but the most quiet, somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Am I that same person? Yes. However, I'm now understanding of my situation. I'm now understanding of my environment, and I'm now understanding of what and why I do things.
You're more aware.
That's all it is. Self-awareness is huge.
Social, yeah. Let me tell you better pay attention to who you surround yourself with. Pay attention to your environment, because that all takes an effect. It all takes an effect. So
speaking of my fault, before I forget this, because going back to when you said the DJ, when you said the meeting people and it made you like a better person.
Yeah.
I was talking to Brittany today, and she asked me, do I regret any like meeting people? And I said, no, you don't regret people you meet, because it's either good or bad. They give you a new experience on how people are, so then you will understand how to. What did I say? Oh my God, I said it so perfectly, but I was just like, meeting people gives you new experiences, and you don't want to lose experiences, except the ones that can benefit you, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so that's
that's key. That's key. That's definitely key. No.
And DJ, don't read what she's saying. If you see you looking into WhatsApp thing, don't read what she's asking. That's all I gotta say. But yeah.
Why not?
No.
Let's go. You gotta put everybody's input in here.
No, it is not what. Okay, she told you, I don't know who she's telling, but she said to ask me if I forgive the dog that was chasing me around your dad's house in Montserrat.
Oh God.
Oh shit, yeah, that's for you. That ain't for me.
Yeah.
That ain't for me.
Okay. The thing is,
heck, everybody got chased by a dog in Montserrat. I did too. So
because that's what I'm saying.
The dogs, they like they're aggressive.
Yeah, they just don't feel like being nice to people. But no, I don't know what this was. It was the weirdest situation ever. So it's like a hill, like a driveway, but it's a hill that goes upwards. But it's a driveway.
Yeah.
The dog's at the top of the driveway at the street.
Yeah. And it's on the other house. It's in the other house in front of his house.
This dog, I'm taking out the trash. I don't know if I got there. I don't know if I was coming back or I was going towards it. But I saw the dog. It looked directly at me. We stood there for about 10 seconds staring at each other. And then I take off running to the house. All I see is the dog run past me, come around the house, and come back and get back to the top of the street before I got to the house. I don't know what type of steroids that dog was taking, but that's the fastest I've ever seen a dog run. Either that or I was just very slow. But it scared the life out of me, because I didn't know what the dog was gonna do. It just ran. It's like I turned and started running, and all I heard was the sound of dog noises on the ground.
Dog noise?
I don't know.
Dog noises?
Dirt. All the dog noises when they run. That's all I gotta say. That's all I heard, and I was so scared. But that's what I don't know why she wanted me to say this.
So Mead says sometimes you see signs early in a relationship, because you're so much in love, you tend not to pay attention. I think you can pick up things in the first 2 years. I think we talked about it last time, Nikki, about the masks. Right? I said, no matter who you are, what mask you put up, your true self will always show. It just depends on the person looking at you, right? Mm-hmm. Because no mask is finite. No mask is solid. It's always going to be cracks, right? Now, if I see those cracks in the side, but that's a good looking mask, that's on me.
Right.
Right. And then as years go on, them cracks get bigger and bigger. And you start to think, wait, why is like this
Who is
half of
this?
their face, what I'm used to, and this other half is somebody I clearly never met. And that's because all them cracks you was ignoring until it got too big for you to handle. That's
Absolutely.
all I'm saying.
Or
And if you want to stay for the final form, that's on you.
Or going back to our conversation earlier with, when you see red flags or when the person kind of they portray themselves to be one way, and then later down the road you're like, wait a minute, this ain't the same energy you was putting out earlier. And I do agree with her. You sometimes, and I'm gonna speak on a female perspective. I mean, I know there's men out here who get caught up with that love is blind thing, but as a female, that's that potential. You see the red flags and you be like, this it's little, it's not gonna grow into anything. And then 4 years later, you're like,
what happened?
What happened? Like, I thought you was gonna grow out of this. And it's just like, no, you allowed him, or as a guy, you allowed her to carry on this way, and they thought it was okay. And now it's a situation that you got to deal with for real head on. So I do absolutely agree with that. Well, but it's once you see a red flag, to definitely know what your red flags are. If you don't know what you're looking for in a person, if you don't know what your gray area is in a person, like, you got to get to there's a certain age, and I feel like the age is getting younger and younger today, because I feel like more 20-year-olds kind of know what they're looking for and stuff like that. Like, when I was in my 20s, like,
nah, they don't know what they're looking for.
I don't know, but when I was in my 20s, a relationship, like, I was not steady on no solid relationship. I was steady on living life and messing up my credit and having debt and having to pay school loans. That's what I was about partying. Now that I'm in my 30s, I'm like, all right, let me clean this up. And now that I'm about to be 35, it's like, now I know what I want in a person. Now I know I can smell a red flag as it's brewing up, and it's just like, yeah, no, you ain't it.
Right? In today's life, people in their 20s are actually less prone to know what they want. The thing is, you now have people coming out to say, listen, that whole sacrifice at 20s, have fun in your 20s, chill in your 30s. I mean, work hard in your 30s. People are now calling BS on it.
Right.
Yeah. But the masses still don't know what they want when they're 20s. Right? Because remember, we're grown now to experiment on everything. Again, like we said last time, if you don't like something today, try something new tomorrow. You see that in relationships now. You see that in regards to business. I may get in trouble for this. I don't care. So you see now, so and so can sleep with somebody today, sleep with somebody else tomorrow, and their friends are like, "Do you right? Do you right?" But then when they can't find somebody 5 years from now,
they be mad.
Mad as shit. I kid you not. I'm sorry. This is not to all women out there, but this is why can't no man handle me?
Shut that up.
You can't handle
oh my God.
Independent woman.
That right there. That's
you can't handle my. If you can't
DJ,
handle me, because I'm a Cancer, I'm a Leo, right? You just can't handle me. Right?
That right there is the most annoying thing you can hear from somebody.
I be watching them.
About those zodiacs are real. They real. Sorry,
bro, hold up, dog. Hold up. Right? You ain't about to come to me and be like, you can't handle me. I'm a Gemini. I got 2 personalities. Right?
Go to the doctor.
I was gonna say this, but you know what? I'm gonna say bitch and bitchier. But then
no, you did not just say that.
But then preach all about that. Preach it. Just no man can handle me. I'm sorry to tell you this, but I'm not supposed to handle you. You ain't
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right?
That's why I said that's annoying to hear.
So why are we glorifying being bad?
I hate hearing that, yo.
Why are we glorifying being difficult? It's
That's
not
what I'm
supposed to be difficult,
bro.
right?
You
Like
spitting
if you
facts.
guys like each other, technically, naturally, it's supposed to be easy. Why do I have to put more effort because your personality isn't too much? It's too bad. That don't make no damn sense.
And you are not willing to change it for nobody.
Because you was Gemini. Like
Wait,
because the stars aligned when you was born at 5 p.m. Like, I don't know.
Take this zodiac signs out. I totally agree. Being a bad bitch, I can't wrap my, I haven't. Yeah, it's just not.
I'll never get it, so I don't even care to get it.
The curl is not curling all the way for me. I don't understand this bad bitch persona, and I don't know what that is. So I honestly, if there's any females on the chat who can chime in.
Oh, I got you. I ain't even female.
I don't even understand. I don't understand this bad bitch thing.
It's celebrities.
Yeah, they
and it's social media, and there's so many females out here who think that it's good to be tainted, and it's like, no,
it's funny because
deal with you.
It's funny because some celebrities do that. They portray it like they show it out on these things, but that's not what's going on.
That's not what goes on behind the scenes.
That's why it's so weird.
Cardi B is a prime example.
Weird. Yeah,
it's the whole opposite. It's a whole
going back to the role models thing.
Nikki was out here saying no man can handle and get you a good man. She out here dating a whole sexual assaulter and all that.
Hey,
yo,
I'm just saying, like, how you gonna preach yourself that high
just to date somebody that low?
So I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean. Then Cardi the same thing. Don't get me wrong, Cardi is strong and independent. I'm not even knocking her for that.
I love Cardi. Sorry,
like her energy is crazy. However, you can't tell a girl to always go for what's best for them and things like that. Like go for a great, not even a great man, but a man could up your standards that respects you, and then have Offset cheat on you 4 times a day. It just doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? It just don't. But I blame social media. I blame celebrities but again, self accountability. I could read what's on the internet. I still have to decide what to do for myself. I see what. How many people did we see growing up as gangsters? Lil Wayne, dreads, got his damn pants to his ankles, all that shit. And don't get me wrong,
all over
as a kid, I did try to hold pants. I got whooped a couple times, but
I would never say.
You already know, auntie pick up your pants, boy.
Man, I would never. I'd never sag. I'd never done
just
it.
To find out it was from jail, and that's basically how you identify the bati man and everything like that.
Also,
so I was like, bet I'm about to buy belts now because you ain't about to catch me.
I'm about to buy jeans that fit my waistline.
Man. I can't because I was growing at the time, so I can't do that.
I would never sag, man, because I don't want to have the cold breeze between my crack.
Some of them got stains and stuff.
That's what I'm saying. They just promote nasty, and I don't want to do that. I'm sorry.
But see,
you can't even run if you wanted to. So
yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, that was funny. Oh,
yeah, you
can.
And how did that? And then that appearance, how did that portray you as? If
you went out, I was viewed as a thug when I was walking home and stuff like
that. So last time I was on here, right? We had.
I know what you're about to say.
That discussion on appearance. This ain't got nothing to do with relationships and forgiveness. But hey, maybe one time she was trying to dress up for her man. She was trying to look good. She was going to the gym, got her stomach flat, booty fat, and he wasn't noticing. But that 20 was like, hey, yo, shorty, what's that? Mm-hmm. And she went out with him. And you also gotta talk about Keith. Cheating. What is cheating? Because I was in a situation where this guy at my job, I had no interest in him. Let me just put that on the table. But he thought it was okay for me and him to go out for lunch with just the two of us. And I was just like, I got a man and you got a girlfriend. That's not okay. And he just could not, he totally was oblivious. He just could not understand why that was not okay. So, a lot of people, when you say cheating, a lot of people think sleeping with another person, having sex with another person. And that's not necessarily what cheating is. Only, I should say, it could be entertaining somebody else. It could be dressing promiscuously or dressing in the way to attract attention, right? And other things,
Yeah. One thing I could take away from this other podcast, the Fresher Fit podcast, it was just saying, like, men and women are different, of course, but like men and women cheat different. For example, you know how like a guy is praised for having multiple girlfriends and multiple stuff, while a female's shamed upon it. That he's basically saying like a man cheats just for sex, whereas a woman cheats because she's emotionally attached to the guy that she's cheating with. 9 times out of 10. So like basically he's saying like if a man cheats, that means he's sleeping with the woman and providing all the stuff he gives to you, like money, attention, time, all the stuff you do in a relationship besides sex. That's what considered as a man cheating. And then for women, it's just this majority of the time is just the sex. That's what he was saying.
Yeah, he's wrong.
I mean, it's not necessarily wrong.
No. If he's saying that's it.
No, he's not saying, no, not that. I just tried to sum it up because I didn't want to go too long because it's 11. But I just wanted to give it a.
When I got cheated on, it was for physical attention.
Attention.
I was in another state at the time for college, right? And we were so used to actually like being with each other, right? But when I went to another state, that's basically six months of not being able to do that. So she ended up going towards somebody who was giving her that attention, which ended up with the cheating part. You know what I'm saying? And a dude that I know, again, no names, he ended up cheating with his girl because his girl wasn't giving him attention. Right? She was kind of feeling distant. Well, she felt that she was kind of being distant. Anytime he tried to talk to her, she wasn't giving him time of day. She's like, we'll just talk later. And right, right there, there's another girl just right there listening to everything he has to say. She's giving feedback and all. They're having conversations. Next thing you know,
one thing led to another.
There you go. So it kind of ends up being the opposite. She ended up getting my ex ended up getting with dude to the sex. Meanwhile, the dude that I know ended up getting with the girl because of attention.
And so he gave her warning. Mm-hmm. He gave her signs. He communicated that they needed to talk. And she ignored that. So
and you could do.
Now, should she forgive him?
I think they did have a discussion because I had to mediate. Yeah, I remember that. I had to mediate. They were on. She came to campus. I was in the room to make sure things weren't yelled at and thrown and things like that. They had closure. They broke up though, of course. We found out why she was being so distant is because she was mentally checked out because of the fact that they couldn't see each other as often. And so text messaging and FaceTiming wasn't the thing.
What?
So she
so say that.
Yeah, you see what I'm talking about?
Oh my God, that's bad.
Okay, so Keith, I can tell you right now, that was my situation. And I can't tell you why it was hard to say that, but I did get it out. I did say it. And I was just like, you gave this type of energy that this long distance would be easy for you. But I also put it on the table what I wanted, right? I said, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I want. I was direct and specific as can be. And he made it seem like he could uphold that. And he couldn't. So I had to tell him, like, the distance, this mediocrity is not gonna work for me. And I think it depends on what kind of a guy you're dealing with. The person I was dealing with, he's very logical, but he's very logical with everything else. But when it came to that, he was all emotional. But, you know, after giving it some time, he thought about it and he was like, yeah, absolutely right. I can't keep up with that energy. So he wasn't mad at me. And we're still really good friends. And I believe we will always be really good friends. But I think that you have to be 100. Like once you've been through that trauma, you know, like what DJ was saying, once you've been through a trauma, then you kind of go about your next few relationships differently. You see red flags quicker. You pay attention more to your surroundings and the people that you're dealing with and their quirks and the things that they do. And you're easily like, all right, you're easily taking yourself away from that situation. And then, you know, relationships become a little bit easier, I think. I don't know yet, but I do get it.
Become easier.
They become a little bit easier, but that whole just putting it out on the table is definitely very important.
Yep.
It's very important for a man. Like men need you.
I don't care. You need to tell me.
I hate signs.
I need to tell me.
How
Like,
you not
yo.
get the hint that
straight up with you guys. Like, this is what it is. And I feel like, because I'm the type of, I'm very empathetic. So I'd be like, oh, I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. But today, after what I have just been through, I'm like, listen, no, this is what I want and this is what I need. And then it helped. It was hard to, it was a little like walking on eggshells to do it, but it definitely is a game changer. Well, like 100%, it's definitely a game changer, and I get it. The male species ain't trying to figure out nothing.
If you let us know what you want, we are going to try our hardest to give it to you.
And if they sad, if they mad, if they don't like what you're saying, oh well, so be it. I'm telling you what it is.
Period. Like simple.
You go about it however you feel to go about it.
It's just simple. It's like we're straightforward. It's like, you let me know what's happening or what you want, and then it's gonna happen.
And then we're gonna solve.
Yeah, but if you let me know the problem, always gonna happen.
Okay, but we'll try to.
If you know the problem, if we know the problem, and you tell me the problem, simple wise, we're gonna try to solve the problem.
Right.
That's just it. Now, if you hint the problem, hint it. Now I gotta figure out what that hint means.
But
wait. But you know this too, Nikki. You know this. All right,
Nikki.
If I say if you hint out a problem, if you hint out a problem, and I go, okay, maybe this was he hitting at, and I end up doing the wrong thing because it was a different problem you talking about. Now I just made it worse, right?
There
now
you go.
Made it worse, and now you're like, oh my God, you don't even understand. Look, you were giving hints that you were going right. But it wasn't that you was going right. You was trying to go right a little bit.
Yeah, you instead of 90, you was going 45. It's like, bro.
If you say
I totally
hungry,
get it.
I'm expecting to give you just any food. But no, today on Saturday at 11 p.m.
No, 11:01. 11:01. You got to be specific.
It's 11:15, but then 11:16, you might want something else. So now I got to assume that.
Right. You know and there's a wide variety of stuff.
Listen, guys, I am totally with you. There are women out there, more women than none, who are indecisive, will switch up on you in a matter of seconds, not even minutes, seconds, who honestly don't really know what they want, haven't had real adult experiences, And so it can be frustrating. And then with this social media, Jesus Christ, everybody's everywhere. So, I totally get it. I totally get it.
I just
I'm not
don't
even
like.
knocking.
I don't like when couples, like a female or male, go to social media for what their partner wants instead of asking their partner.
Yes.
That's just like,
Getting that random social media feedback is not okay. It is not equivalent to therapy, that's for sure.
it's not even close.
It is not equivalent to therapy. Going to your best friend is not the key. Unless you have a best friend who is not a yes man.
Yeah.
If you got a bestie who will call you out on your wrongdoings, if you have a bestie who is like, yo, I understand what you're saying, but you're wrong, that's a little bit different, and I don't think you get a best friend like that until you're a little bit older.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
but I mean, it's definitely, it's hard. It's hard out here in these streets.
Because the one thing I told Keith the other day why I don't like therapy is because I went going to college with all these people who want to be therapists, right? One thing I learned, especially because it used to be my major, was you need to get paid, right? So when you're helping people with your issues, you may know how to fix them. But if you have the option to fix it today or 6 months from now,
my God,
you're going to fix it 6 months from now because you want to get paid. You're helping them, but not helping them as fast.
Oh my
goodness.
500 every session.
Thank you so much for that input, because
it makes sense though. It's the same thing with all these diseases that they know they have the freaking thing, but that's not the point. But yeah,
I heard that.
That's scary.
It's just on top of that, for the therapy, I'm not saying I recommend therapy, but therapy can help.
It helps.
It
actually helps.
Yeah, it can help. But the thing is, what you should do before you go to therapy is you just at least speak to each other.
Right.
If you just go to therapy, then I what I see it is like you just don't really respect the person to hear what they're saying unless somebody else tells you to listen to them. So
I think some people just don't. Some people go through relationships, they've been in a relationship with the same person for so long, right? And they don't care what the person is saying. Now, the person, I can tell you, say you and I was in a relationship and I'm telling you the sky is blue and you're like, no, Nikki, it's not blue. And it's blue. You just disagreeing with me because you don't like me no more.
Oh my God.
You love me, but you don't like me no more. And you're like, I know that she's right, but I don't like her. So I'm going to tell her she's wrong. And then there's the therapist. There's that outside person who's saying, but no, Keith, the sky is blue. And Keith will agree with the therapist. Like, yeah, I know, you're right. But then the other person's sitting there looking like, but I told you the same thing. Why couldn't you just agree with me? And it's like, I was in that situation where it's just like, wait a minute. And then I've seen it in other relationships where it's like, if an outside person says the same exact thing the significant other said, then the other person will agree with the outside person, but will not agree with their significant other.
That's what I'm saying. They don't respect the person that's talking. They respect the other person that's telling.
But do you think it's respect? Maybe that is respect. I don't know if that's respect.
It has to do with respect.
Is it respect?
Yeah, because if you say something, if you say something that's right, if you say something that's right, and I blatantly disagree with you because I don't like you, I'm disrespecting you.
Like my thing is, Nick, with your example, everything flows if you don't say like the sky's not blue thing. It will go like, I forgot what it's called, but it's like terrible. If you say no, it's good. It's a good analogy. The issue was like if you say the sky, everybody knows the sky's blue.
Well, it's a little white.
Unless you colorblind. But if
it's the sky a little blue, white, those are the clouds.
See, that was what I was trying to,
But you see what I'm talking about? Like it's like if you say the sky is blue and I say it's not red, But like what?
Yeah.
What? You know what I mean? I just want to make sure I don't agree with you, but I'm still right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And that was the only thing I had with that. But
What?
that was the only thing I had with that. But the therapy thing.
Substance to this.
I thought I was gonna,
I thought you thought I was gonna go in. No,
Man,
I
this
thought you was
man,
going somewhere.
this
with
man dipped the toe.
with the therapy thing, the reason why people are more prone to agree with therapists is one, they don't want to look like they're crazy. Ain't that the biggest fear, to be viewed as crazy?
Yeah,
Right?
that's why people don't want to go to therapists, because
As if your mental mindset is something wrong, right? We don't like being wrong, right? Couples therapy, I think personally, couples therapists, I think are good therapists. I think those are good therapists, because if they fix you faster, you're more prone to come back when something's wrong, right? Individual therapists got different, right? Because again, like I said, like if I know that your problem and I decide, oh, okay, I know how to solve this, I'm not gonna fix it tomorrow. I'm fixing it 6 months, because I want you to update me as time goes on. I want you to pay for my sessions, right? Now, when you have an objective friend, they will tell you exactly what the therapist will tell you, right? Because they're objective. That's the whole point, right? I'm not telling you what I'm telling you as a friend. I'm telling you as somebody outside looking in. And then because I know you, I'm also inside looking out. I'm going to tell you both sides of the situation and give you my objective point of view. However, I feel like a lot of the issues with that is some people will still be biased. Right? They won't rip the Band-Aid off the wound, right? They won't do that. They'll say, like, you're kind of wrong, but that's where you mess up. Right? You can't be like, you're wrong. Like you're wrong. You don't you're kind of wrong. Right? You don't want to make them feel better about themselves.
Right.
You want to solve the issue. Right? People ain't looking for that. People ain't looking to be called wrong.
They want to hear, they want a friend that they want a yes man. They want a friend that is going to agree with them with all their shenanigans. And that's not, I mean,
that's not healthy.
That's not, you took the words right out of my mouth. That is not, it's not healthy. And
we all know people like that. We all know people like that. Right? Like, no, it's not even funny how that stacks up. And a lot of people will think it's not them, it's you, right? If you have never fought with your friend, not fought, but if you never got into an argument with your friend when they're trying to get you to see something that you're having issues with, and you're like, you just don't understand me, right? You do all that.
Yo.
Then it's like, like that's you. You're the person surrounded by, or want to be surrounded by yes, right? But if you have a friend that will call you out for something you did wrong, right? Not call you all the time. That's just called a hater. But if it's when you do something wrong, then that's the friend you should have around you. And as a kid, the reason why we don't have that is because everyone wants to have fun.
Yep.
Yeah,
right?
it's not.
You know what's the biggest thing I told my boys? I said, look, if you ever get in a fight on the street and your boys aren't telling you to back off or just walk away, they're more prone to actually bring out these cell phones and record you. Those people ain't for you.
No, they're not your friends. Yo, he just got your ass whooped.
Because no, not even just that. You can get your ass beat, you can get arrested, you can get killed, you can get injured,
and they'll just be there.
But they just like, yo, look at them, like look, and they have the flip phones. Look at them.
Oh, cops
with the worst quality
they pulled
ever.
out the Motorola Razors.
With the worst quality ever with 10 megabyte.
They pulled
memory.
out the Nextels.
Yeah. They be chirping and all that stuff. Yo, come see this. But I always say, I was like, if your dudes or your friends are more prone to do that, or you're thinking about fighting a chick and they say, yo, yeah, do it, go fight them, go to their house right now and go fight. And we've seen this especially in Dorchester. Right, you be and they be nothing against you because you just put on the do-rag, but they be having their bonnets out. They be the belt showing and all that. They be at the crib.
Just go.
They be at the conversation. But they be out. They be out there, bro. And you can see it on Facebook, especially with Facebook drama. This ought to be hilarious.
Facebook Live.
I ain't going front. I be getting some food sometimes watching like 79 comments and stuff like that of drama because I'm there like this. Like,
oh yeah, no bull.
And then sometimes when it like stops, I'll refresh the page. Like, oh yeah,
There's more.
right? And I'm
No,
sitting here like,
he's not lying.
no lie. But I'm sitting here, like, don't get me wrong, it's funny to watch. But I'm sitting here like, y'all grown ass women, you grown ass man.
Y'all just look
What are
goofy.
y'all doing? Right? And it'll be worse when they be like moms. Like, how come beat your ass? You got 3 children at home. Sit down, bro.
That's what I'm
like,
saying, yo. Make
why
sure you
would
feed them first.
Oh,
Get
because
off
you,
the internet, please.
look. If I'm not watching TV, I'm watching beef somewhere.
Right?
I'm just
Entertainment.
That's terrible.
But just so we know that I don't want to go any longer because this is about to be 3 hours.
saying.
To revert back to second chances and forgiveness. To end this off.
You
I
ain't
had
got
it.
nothing to say.
Yo, I hate this because I have it. I have it, and then y'all have this whole other conversation, and I'm like, yeah, and it's like gone. But not all right. Just to base it off, just second chances all vary throughout other people. Everybody has their own opinion on a second chance, but just always know your worth, have self-respect, and then respect others, and then you'll make it in life. Absolutely. That's all I can say right now because I lost everything else, man. It was so perfect. I should have wrote it down.
Oh my god.
I should have wrote it down.
I'm gonna say forgiveness a lot easier than second chances. Second chances, you are basically saying, hey, you're allowed to do this again, but just make sure you don't do it like you did last time, right? Basically.
Water it down.
In regards to that as well, if you're grown, you are less prone to get second chances because of the fact that you are willingly knowing the consequences and decide to do it anyway, hoping not to get caught. In regards to forgiveness, however, I can forgive you. And depending on the situation, either I'll forgive you and we both move forward together, or I'll forgive you and you get left behind. That's my sense.
Facts. Anything else, Nikki?
You know, forgiveness is different when you're older, like what DJ said. When you're an adult, it's cause and effect. Everything warrants a consequence. And if you're not willing to deal with the consequences, if you're not mature enough for the consequences, if you're not ready to get caught up, just remove yourself from the situation. Know what you're getting into before you get into it. If you see red flags, don't ignore them. Potential is not
guaranteed.
Do not fall for potential, ladies. Do not fall for potential. Yes, people.
Fellas, don't forget, guys.
Fellas too. The fellas, don't fall for potential. I do believe in giving people chances, but if it's not what you want, if you know your standards, you got everybody. I hope everybody has standards and morals, but if you have morals and standards and you know your worth, like DJ said,
I said that,
or Keith said, or everybody said at some point tonight, follow your morals and standards. Stick to your plan. Sorry, that's my fitness slogan. Stick to the motherfucking plan. Y'all stick to your plan. Don't veer away from your plan. Always focus on you. Put yourself first. If you're in a situation that doesn't make sense and you don't even feel like figuring it out, dealing with it, get out of it. If you have longevity with a person and you're in a stuck situation, it's either you guys mediate it and figure it out, or you remove yourself before you do anything crazy. Period.
Well,
scarf on my head. With my head, scarf on my head. Jesus Christ, y'all got me out here being ratchet.
Well,
not y'all. I'm gonna take full responsibility.
Oh, I was about to say.
Accountability.
There you go. Use her as an example.
Accountability for your actions.
But yeah, on that note, I appreciate everybody coming on. Whoever came on, I don't remember the names of the people that came on, but I remember the people that watched. Appreciate y'all for watching. Stay tuned for next week. And yeah, have a good night.